Every drink has a story. Every shift has a moment that sticks with you. Good, bad, or completely insane, behind the laughter, the chaos, and the clinking of the glasses, that's where the real stories live. This is Bartender Bangers, where we pour out the truth straight. No chaser. Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Bartender Bangers. I'm your host, Mark the Shark, a.k.a. Schmark, and this week we're back in Long Beach. We're at one of the most hopping spots out here, and we're talking to one of the best bartenders in the game. We got Tommy from Borrelli's Tap Room in the building. Let's give it up.
I'll applaud myself, I guess.
Yeah, hell yeah, you should.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is fun, man. Thanks so much for having me on. This is cool stuff.
Thank you for being here. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of fun in Long Beach with all your
talking.
I don't want to say coworkers, but kind of, like
Cohorts.
Cohorts.
Yeah. I saw the episodes with Gavin and Amanda, and they were awesome.
Yeah.
And I just threw in my story, just as a goof, like, hey, like I got some stuff I want to say, and then you messaged me. It's like, definitely, dude, let's have you on. I was like, oh, okay, that was a little bit easier than I thought.
Yeah.
But, glad we were able to make this work, man.
Definitely. No, we want people with opinions. We want people that have experience in here and can give good insight. So as soon as I saw your story, I'm like, all right, this guy's got something to say. Let's do this. You know?
Yeah. It's been since I was 17, 18 years old, going back to the Hofstra Bars. I'm 34 now, so do the math. And a bunch of different places, Nassau, Suffolk County, and yeah, it's been interesting and kind of a weird, wild ride to come down to this place that's doing incredible. And it's not just me. I want to make that very clear. Like, we have an unbelievable staff. Our managing partner, Mike Quinn, has done an incredible job with the place. Having the Borrellis behind us and everything, it's been really great. And heading into the summer season, we're pretty excited here.
Yeah. Oh, dope.
Yeah. So
so we usually get these things kicking off, given your kind of credentials, your background. When did you start? I guess you kind of just told us you started around 17, 18.
So I guess it's kind of interesting. I might be the first not Long Islander to be on the podcast. You may have had some of the, like you were saying, about Maggie Mays and Sunnyside, but I'm originally from the Philadelphia area. I was born in Jersey, moved to Pennsylvania when I was 16. And then I graduated from high school. I went to Hofstra University. And when I was at Hofstra, obviously everyone gets kind of bitten by the bug back then with going to McCabe's and Dizzy's and all the kind of the Hofstra bar, nachos, and all those places. And I started promoting there, going out with my friends, promoting there, eventually emceeing at the bars, and then eventually bartending, and then, graduating and kind of knocking around between a couple of different jobs and whatnot. I ended up moving back home for 2 years to Pennsylvania. And then Patrick's Day of 2017, I got a full-time job working at a payroll software company out in Hotbog. So I moved to Holbrook. And when I moved to Holbrook, I kind of got back in the hospitality game to make a couple extra bucks. I ended up working at Parlay in Rockville Center as kind of a promoter, MC, party person. And then they were looking for someone to be an assistant manager. And I said, what are the hours? They said, you might have to work Friday, Saturdays, maybe a Sunday here and there. Along with my other job, I was like, can use the money, might as well do it. And I jumped at the chance and kind of just fell in love with the business from there. But I've been doing it since I was right around 18, doing that sort of stuff.
And what bars around in Long Island have you worked at?
So I worked at all the Hofstra bars when they were open, Nachos, Dizzy's, McCabe's. And then I was an assistant manager at Parlay in Rockville Center when that was open. That unfortunately closed due to COVID, as a lot of places did. Then I worked also at Acacia in Huntington Village as a door guy for a little while. Prior to that, I worked at a bunch of different spots. I was a general manager at Irish Times in Holbrook for a little while. Worked at Meatball Place in Farmingdale as an assistant manager for a little while, and then eventually came down to this neck of the woods. So it's been kind of a weird winding road, but it's been interesting. Yeah,
you've been all over Long Island.
All over Long Island. Yeah,
That's crazy.
not just Long Beach. Oh, the big boss is here.
Yes.
I didn't know you were coming in. What's going on? Big boss. You. What's up? There he is.
Welcome in.
Welcome in. What's going on? Yeah. All good. Yeah. The
celebrity guest.
Celebrity guest. Yeah, right there.
Maybe in Midtown Manhattan.
Maybe, yeah. No. So, but that's so that's kind of the resume there for a little bit. Yeah. So, it's kind of where I've been at.
And then how long have you been here at Borrelli's?
Since we opened. Was it, Mike, May of 2024? around. Yeah, May of 2024 we opened.
Okay.
2023 or 2024. Yeah, it'll be 3 years. It'll be yeah. Yeah,
So
three.
you're coming to the 3-year anniversary.
3-year anniversary, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I've been here since we opened as an assistant manager. Mike took over about 2 years ago as kind of the managing partner, and since then it's been sky high. You know, it's been really great.
And it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
How did you find this place? Like, how did you find it to open it up?
So I used to also be the manager at the Ugly Duckling in Rockville Center.
Okay.
One of the guys that was a partner there brought me in as a manager. That unfortunately closed. Rockville Center is such a tough town these days, man, with just regulations in the village and stuff. But one of the other partners said, hey, we're also looking for a manager at this new place we're opening in Long Beach. Would you be interested? I jumped at the chance. I came down here, working as an assistant manager and bartender here since we opened. It's been great. I love it, love the town, and that's kind of how it's been there.
Right.
Yeah. So, kind of a lot of hopping around, but this is home base now. I live in Long Beach now. Moved out of my place in Holbrook. I live in East Atlantic Beach.
Okay.
Get to walk to work every day, so it's great. Yeah.
When you were getting started in the industry, like some of your first bar shifts and whatever, what are some rookie mistakes that stick out to you that you made?
Pouring the wrong thing out of the well, I guess is kind of the big one. Like when you're working at the Hofstra Bars, it's like you're opening Bud Lights and Miller Lights and all that stuff for everybody. But like someone wants a vodka soda, I go to pour and I pour triple sec and soda the thing. Like dumb mistakes like that. Just being an idiot. Like when you're 19, 20, like you're an idiot. You want to hit on girls and like sneak off into the walk-in cooler, like make out with girls and stuff like that. It's like just dumb stuff that you just got to kind of grow up and do. But like those are kind of the big things. Yeah.
Yeah. And it affects your money when you're doing stuff like that. You don't realize.
So they did something interesting there. You didn't make tips. You made a percentage off of your register. And I guess the idea behind that is like you don't just give the bar away. Like You actually have to charge people, and you made a percentage off your register that way. So that's kind of how that worked.
It's actually pretty smart.
Yeah,
I never heard of
that. Yeah, because I mean, the people that they were hiring there I wasn't in a fraternity, but like I was just kind of a man about campus. But I made, like they hire fraternity guys, they sorority girls, athletes, things like that, and they wanted to like obviously like charge their friends, so you make a percentage off of your register instead of making tips. So the more you rang, the more you made, which is essentially how it kind of worked.
And so when he's talking about the Hofstra Bars, Hofstra is a big college out here on Long Island.
Yeah.
And all the bars around there are like college bars. They're wild, they're young, they're crazy. So just because some people are from around the country, when you say Hofstra Bars.
Yeah, I mean, I still have friends that live down here that we used to go, to the Hofstra Bars, and we still tell stories about those places. I mean, they were just legendary, just wild. Balls to the wall
Didn't
parties
they
all the time.
Dizzy's have like the 25-cent beers or something?
Penny beers.
Penny beers.
Yeah, the promotion was drinking with Lincoln, and guess who dressed up as Abraham Lincoln? This guy. Yeah, well, I'm tall. I'm tall. I'm 6'1", but I was very thin back then, like thin as a rail. So they gave me like a top hat, and like I don't have the photos of it anymore. I'm sure somebody has the photos somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm wearing like a top hat, like a beard, dressed as Abraham Lincoln, pouring shots into people's mouths. It's about insane. Penny beers was the promotion. Yeah. And they also had to kick the keg, where they would put like a keg of Miller Lite on the bar, and it would be free beer out of that keg the entire time to start the night. And then, it was just a different time. Like 2009 to 2015, like that kind of wheelhouse was the thing. That was also when EDM got really popular. All that kind of progressive EDM. Like Zed, Alesso, like all that type of music. So like all those kind of like stadium EDM bangers kind of made like a perfect cocktail for those places to go off. They're obviously not there anymore because of things, but which I think we can all kind of figure out on our own.
Yeah. But you can't get away with those kind of things in today's day.
To me, I think that's also kind of a detriment because like there's no 18 plus clubs anymore.
Yeah.
Are there? Like I've never heard of any. I mean, I'm not really in the know about that, but especially on Long Island, Queens, like I don't know if you remember any, but like there's no 18 plus places anymore. There's no place for those kids to go. So what do? They come down to Long Beach, they go to Rockville Center, they go to like other villages on Long Patchogue out east, where they try to get in these places with fake IDs and stuff like that. Well, they don't really have a place to go, where they can party and all like teen clubs and stuff like that. Like growing up, I remember teen clubs, like all that sort of stuff. Growing up in Philadelphia, the big one was Shampoo. That was the big teen club back there. Like I don't.
What was the one we had? It was in Farmingdale.
Oh yeah, the Crazy Donkey.
Crazy Donkey.
Yeah, those places don't exist. Yeah, Sprouts on the Water. Yeah, but those places don't exist anymore. So it's like you have to keep a tight door. Like we're here in the summer, we're 23 and up.
Yeah.
Pookie next door over at Merrow, she's 25 and up.
Yeah, she
It
was
keeps
saying,
the riffraff out. It keeps the nonsense out. Like, we very rarely have fights here, which is kind of the big thing. And obviously, the crowd that comes here, like, it's a lot of locals, people that know each other. They're not looking to fight. But I think when you set that standard at the door right away, looking for hard opinions on this podcast, set the standard at the door right away. Like, 23 and up, that's it. Sorry, we don't care who your dad is, whatever. Like, we'll do favors for people, but having that in place, having that strict thing in place, I think is really beneficial, especially for a place like ours. Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd be playing stupid to think college kids don't drink. Right?
I mean, I was one. Like,
everybody knows that. Even if they are under 21, it's like they're going to sneak, they're going to figure it out. You might as well keep them all in one place. It's kind of safer.
Right.
Just giving them the college bars than them trying to sneak around and going spreading out and starting trouble everywhere.
Right,
and
exactly. Yeah, kind of keep it contained. Yeah. That's the other thing. I don't know of any team clubs that are around anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And then if somebody was like a rookie just starting out right now, like this weekend coming up was going to be their first bartending shift.
Sure.
What's advice you would give them?
First off, I think you start with appearance. It's very different. I don't think you should wear hats behind the bar. I don't, if obviously I think where you guys work in Ocean Beach, it's a little different. It's a beach kind of thing. But this is also like a restaurant. We have families that come here to eat. Like, I think you should set like a standard there. And then also just work hard. Like, help clear glasses from the thing and all, like all the cocktails and stuff like that. You'll learn that as you go.
Yeah.
But like, work hard, keep your station clean, charge everybody, don't steal. Like, a lot of it is things that you've probably kind of heard on this podcast a bunch, but they're kind of tried and true. Like, that's a big thing,
Anything repeated is only giving it more justification. What you're saying, like if somebody else says it and you feel it, that's most likely true.
Yeah, the other thing, don't drink behind the bar. If it's your first shift, like, might be a good idea to not have any alcohol behind the bar, like, or anything like that. Maybe a green tea shot with your friends when they come out. But like, that's the big thing. Just don't drink behind the bar your first couple of shifts.
What's your feeling on drinking behind the bar as a veteran?
It's kind of hard to say. I don't drink behind the bar also because I also am a manager here. I try not to. I'll have like a shot with a guest. And as I'm closing, like, I'll pour a beer for myself or something like that. But I think taking a number of shots behind the bar and everything like that, like, it's a social business. Like, you want to make the guests feel like they're welcome and all that sort of stuff. So you kind of have to keep it on your thing. But also being a manager here, like some of the nights, like, I have to drop the money. I have to make sure that
you got to be on point.
Yeah, got to be on point with that sort of stuff. And that is kind of, for me in that position, I think that's something that you should kind of consider.
Right.
I'm not against it, but I think you have to be very, very cautious about it. And certainly as a manager, just kind of keep eyes on people that are, you can't be doing 15 Jaeger bombs behind the bar. Like you said,
Well, especially as a manager, you got a lot more responsibility.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly.
You would fire me in a heartbeat.
It's okay.
They give me my own bottle of Hennessy behind the bar, and I'm swigging out of it. I'll share it with the customer.
There you go. No, I think also the drinking behind the bar, God forbid there's a fight, or there's an issue, and you have to step in. Like, if there's any of that sort of stuff happens and now alcohol's involved with the person that's supposed to keep the situation safe, that's something that you also have to consider. Yeah.
Yep. And you keep a clearer mind. Like, when you're not drinking, it's breaking somebody up, you'll be more of a peacekeeper. When you're drinking, sometimes you're trying to break them up. You kind of get a little tough with it.
A little attitude, yeah. And I got I got a long fuse, so I'm usually pretty good with that sort of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, unless the Eagles are losing, then I get upset.
And then getting into this place a little bit, for somebody like coming from Colorado or Texas or something, the first time in Long Beach, they're coming to Borrelli's. How would you describe it?
So it's Borrelli's Tap Room is the full name, and I think the tap room part really needs to be kind of emphasized. Like, we have 16 beers on tap, we have a full bar program, we have really good cocktails, great live music, we have really good DJs that work here as well. And then the food is, like the Borrelli's in East Meadow. Shout out to Frank, shout out to Angela and all them. Is like a lot of classic Italian dishes, but we also have a lot of tap dishes. The one thing that we have here, we have wood-fired sandwiches. So we build pizza dough, we cook it in the oven, and then we build like drunken chicken. We build chicken caprese, chicken Caesar sandwiches, Italian roast pork, Philly cheesesteak. Like, those are super popular. We do a ton of those. Yeah.
Crust that you made in the...
So we build pizza dough. Yeah. Like a half of one of... Because we do bar pies for pizza. That's the other thing that we do with the pizza oven that everyone could kind of see back here.
Yep.
We cook that in the oven and then build the sandwiches in the kitchen. Comes with fries or a side salad. Those are so popular. On a busy day, we might do 40 to 50 of those sandwiches.
That
even
sounds
more.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's not including what we do for takeout, Uber Eats, Slice, that sort of stuff. Then the pizzas are also super popular. They're bar pies. They're 12-inch bar pies, 6 slices per pie. We do classic cheese margarita, but we also do a vaccaroni, which is vodka sauce and pepperoni.
Okay.
We do a salsicha pie, which has sausage and caramelized onions and everything like that on it. One that's really popular is a prosciutto di Parma, which has fresh prosciutto and everything like that. Arugula. We do a balsamic glaze on that as well. Ooh. So all the food, like people come here, they think bar in this town, they think Long Beach bar.
Yep.
The food here is really good. And I'm sure you've worked at places where the food stinks. Like we all have to lie and be like, yeah, the food's great. Yeah, totally. No, like the food here is actually really, really good. And people seem kind of surprised by that, because for some reason Long Beach has this reputation that there's no good restaurants. What are you talking about? Like, there's a lot of really good restaurants, like Lost and Found, Lost at Sea. Merrill's got good food. Grada's got good food. Middle of town, like, there's a lot of really good restaurants in this town, and right here especially, we got some banging food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be like the one food item that they got to come in and try?
So I'll give you one from kind of each part of the menu. I think the one appetizer that I really love are the Italian egg rolls. Okay. So they're kind of what they are, but it's got Italian fixings. It's got sausage, broccoli rabe. They put a little cheese in there. Those are really tasty. The pizza, my favorite pizza is the salsicha pizza, like I mentioned.
Yep.
The wood-fired sandwiches, the drunken chicken. I'm not a big fried chicken guy. I like to get it with grilled chicken, but yeah, you get that with the vodka sauce. That's really tasty. The chicken Borrelli is a classic dish from the Borrelli's in East Meadow. So that's going to be like a creamier sauce with like peppers. You get that with linguine. That's really tasty. We also do salads here as well. We have a Greek salad on the menu. So Italian restaurant, Greek salad, but Greek salad is so good with hot peppers in it and everything. Yeah, everything's really tasty. It's just, we got like a really good kitchen. Our chef Nelson does an incredible job. Cultivating the menu, scheduling, ordering. He does a great job with that. We just have a really good kitchen in general. We got this kid in the kitchen, Josue. This guy is mayhem on the line. Like, he is so talented, works hard. And that's the other thing. When you have a really kitchen that works hard, doesn't complain, doesn't drink, because we all worked in kitchens where oh boy. Like they're all really good in there, and they put out a great, consistent, tasty product every time. They really do.
Especially when you've worked in a place like you're saying where the food stinks or the chef is always drunk.
Yeah.
You really appreciate working with a kitchen like this.
Yeah. Well, when I worked at Parlay in Rockville Center, the chef there, Saul, God rest his soul, he's not with us anymore, but he was an intense guy who would get, like mad and everything like that and he was, a good dude. I like Saul a lot. I'm not going to denigrate the man. But Nelson is just chill. Like, he's calm, this all the time. I've never seen the guy Quinn, have you ever seen Nelson get angry? Ever?
No.
Never. He's like, maybe once. Yeah.
When he fell, when he's telling me his snowboarding story when he fell.
Yo, yeah.
That's about it.
That's about it. He's like Puerto Rican guy, super chill, level-headed, no big ups and downs. And I think that's kind of what you need from a leader in the kitchen. You need someone there. Yeah.
And I guess it's really showing, like you're saying, the business has only grown. You guys are busier and busier.
Right. And that's the other thing with the beer wall over here. We got 16 beer taps. We always keep a South Shore beer on for South Shore Brewing. Shout out to the guys at South Shore. They're unbelievable over there in Oceanside. We love their beers.
Awesome.
They do really well. We get stuff from Bright Eye. We get stuff from Barrier. So we try to keep our beers local as well. We get stuff from Greenport Brewing. Like, keep it kind of Long Island, Queens. Talea is, if anybody's never had a beer from Talea, it's a woman-owned brewery. I believe they're in Brooklyn or Queens. I think they're Brooklyn. Yeah. They're in Brooklyn. And they're the best. Like, those girls know how to brew beer, and they're really, really good. So we kind of try to keep it local on the tap list as well. You definitely still have to have your Miller Lights and your Lagunitas, and, we sell, I think, probably more Peroni than anybody in Nassau County.
I was going to say, what would be the number one beer?
Peroni.
And
there he is. Yeah, and Guinness. Yes, Guinness is crazy these days. Yeah, but I think
Guinness
it's 1 and 1A
right
there.
Peroni
Guinness.
Like,
yeah,
not that it really left, but like it's becoming more popular than
I think 10
years ago.
You know what it is? It goes with the girls. I think the girls kind of found out that Guinness doesn't have as many calories and all that sort of stuff,
and it looks heavy.
But it's not.
It tastes so light. Yeah,
it doesn't taste like it. Yeah, but we send. Yeah, and that's the other thing also with us. We got our beer lines cleaned once every 3 weeks. So every 3 weeks, the beer lines are coming in. They're getting cleaned.
Huge, yeah.
So that's huge for us, too. The keg, everything's upstairs, so gravity helps. Everything comes down, which it really helps pour a really good pint. So the draft beers here are great. Cocktails here are great, and we got a really good bartending staff that's really talented, and does a good job with us.
What would be the number one cocktail seller here?
So the cocktails change seasonally. The one that we have right now, what Quinn was talking about, the hot honey, we have a hot honey mango margarita.
Ooh.
So it's margarita. We do mango puree, fresh mangoes, and then our house-made hot honey in that with 1800 tequila. And yeah, it's really tasty.
Summertime TIP.
The TIP is really good. Yeah, we do that up with like a pineapple slice, or like some people get it with a twist.
So it's just Hawaiian pineapple.
Yeah.
Sliced, marinated with tequila, Milagro for 2 weeks. Put in the walk-in upstairs.
Yeah.
Leave it there. Strain it, drain it. Put it in a store pour.
Yep.
Shake it up, martini, and it's just
It's super refreshing. Everyone loves it.
refreshing and it's easy. And
Yeah.
everyone doesn't realize that it's all just the natural juice of the pineapple and the tequila mixed together.
Right.
So they're like, can you make it stronger? Because they don't taste it at first.
Yeah, but then you have two of them.
Can't
and
make
then
it any stronger.
Two of them, and then you're on your ass. Yeah. It's one of those things you gotta worry about a little bit. Yeah.
I stole that from when I worked at a couple of corporate places. They did it with vodka, so I was like, screw it, let's do it with tequila.
Yeah.
Because like tequila and whiskey and bourbon are exploding on the scene, even with men and women.
Yeah.
For sure.
You gotta try something different. People seem to love it.
So the TIP, you come to Borrelli's tap room in the summer.
Yeah.
Get yourself a TIP.
Get yourself there. If someone says, "Oh, I need the tip," we're like, "Oh, pause, pause." Easy does it.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Wrong place.
yeah. I do want to say one thing about the tequilas real quick.
Yeah, please.
We carry 1800.
Yep.
Carry Milagro. We carry Dobel. We carry Via Mundi. Yeah, which is unbelievable. 100%, 100% agave, no sulfate tequila, no Casamigos in this place.
No Casamigos.
Nope. We love our friends from Southern Glazers, but nope, we don't know no Casamigos.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to have additive-free tequila here, and I think customers appreciate that. So
I
I'll
think
just say that real quick.
Casamigos is on its way down.
It is.
Like it had its explosion. I feel like 2 summers ago was like its biggest.
Yeah, nonstop. Yeah, we just don't carry it. I think it's just it's not for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I guess it's not for a lot of people.
Yeah,
since,
I guess so. Yeah.
they're getting a lot of backlash in the
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it might be also kind of like, I think a lot of those celebrity brands are kind of falling by the wayside a little bit. I think customers want something that's maybe a little bit more of an authentic experience, and the people that own it, like, yeah. I don't know. I got my own theories on that, but
Yeah.
it was
Well, it was cool. It was hot, for a while, and then the market gets oversaturated when every single celebrity has tequila or this or that, and then they're charging you premium prices just because there's a celebrity's name on it.
Yeah.
But you're not getting a premium product where you
Yeah.
can get something at a much better price.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're saying, the ones that you guys carry.
yeah.
Here, you want to talk about Long Beach, right? Like,
Let's talk about Long Beach.
Yeah, let's talk about Long Beach. Because it's definitely such an interesting place here on Long Island.
Yeah.
Like it's different from any other town.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
its own little entity. It's a bitch to get to. That's why I don't really come here. It's so many stoplights.
Yeah.
But-
what was Tom saying? He's like, I haven't been to Long Beach this much in my entire time being here. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool, man. Like, I'll be honest, when I first moved back to Long Island back in March of 2017, I wasn't the biggest Long Beach guy. I kind of thought it was a very insular community. I readily admit that.
I still feel like that.
Yeah, but you know what? I think what I found is, yeah, Let's just be that. Yeah, let's just go with that exactly. So, but I think the one thing about Long Beach that I absolutely love is everyone it's one big dysfunctional family that everyone cares about one another. I'll give you a quick story. I don't know if you heard about it in the news, but we're right across the street from Beach Street Taxi over here, the local taxi guy. And there was a guy there that was a dispatcher named Brian Thornton, who was like, if you wrote up a Long Beach guy and thing, he was like a guy that like chain smoked and cursed and talked about the Mets, and you call him, he always take care of you with a cab ride, always make sure that you got home safe, always did that. And it was in the news that Brian was like attacked and by a former employee outside his house over here in Arizona. It was a bad story. He ended up in the hospital. He ended up in recovery. And we all knew Brian, and we were right across the street. So we do a bingo night here every Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday, depending on when our comedy schedule is. We'll talk about comedy in a little bit.
Yeah.
But we did a bingo fundraiser for Brian, just to give him and his family some money to put towards his medical bills. And this place, Quinn will tell you, you couldn't move in this place. It was shoulder to shoulder. Like, everyone had bingo cards and was playing, throwing $100, $20, $50 down. And we raised almost like $4,000 for him and his family. But it kind of reinforced the fact that, like, everyone comes together to take care of people in this town. And that's really what it's all about. We're doing another bingo night for Long Beach High School girls lacrosse team. That was a packed house last year, taking care of them. Yeah, I think the other thing, working in a bunch of, I've worked in Huntington, I've worked in Holbrook, I've worked in Patchogue, I've worked in Rockville Center, I've worked in Farmingdale. The network of, it's so competitive in those villages, and rightfully so. Everybody kind of wants to one-up each other and everything like that. And we're competitive too. Like, we always want to be the busiest place in town. I'm sure every other place feels that way. But, if for some reason we run out of 16-ounce cups, plastic cups for some reason, they don't get delivered by the distributor. I can walk next door to Amanda at Merrow. It's like, hey, do you have any plastic cups? And she'll throw me some sleeves.
Yeah.
And then she'll come over and be like, hey, do you have any limes? We need some limes. We'll give her limes and stuff like that. So everyone kind of gives back to one another and everything. It's a really good community kind of that way, because everyone, we feel like a rising tide kind of lifts all boats. And I think that we kind of feel that way.
I like that saying.
Yeah.
That's so important, and to running a successful town, not just a successful business.
Right.
You guys all big each other up. You've nonstop talked about 20 different businesses about how good the food is and how friendly the bars are. You're not sitting here oh, fuck this place.
No. That's, and
I'm sure it's the same back. I
mean, just last night it was literally you saw it when you came in to do payroll. Probably 10 to 15 bartenders from other places that went to the NYPD after the NY hockey game.
Okay.
Came back here and we're all drinking and having a great time. The other thing that's piggybacking off of that, when we first opened, you have people that are coming here for their engagement parties, or then they have their wedding parties here, and then they have their kids' birthday parties here.
Yeah.
You see that kind of over time. That was one of the things that was cool when I worked out in Holbrook at Irish Times, because Irish Times has been there a long time. Shout out to Johnny and Larkin and Colum, all the guys there. They're great guys. But Irish Times has been there now for almost, I think it's gonna be 25 years coming up, and it was the same thing. They've seen people get married, get together, get married, have their kids, buy their house. Now their kids are going off to college, all in that kind of thing, and they're having all of their celebrations at the bar. To have that, and hopefully we continue to cultivate that here, with our regulars and stuff like that, and they really feel more like family. There's people that come in, immediately dap them up, hug.
Yeah,
let me get you your seat. Let me get you a drink. There's a guy, Sean, and his wife come in all the time. I know they want 2 IPAs. We'll get them set up. We have a really, really good community of regulars and guests that come here, which is a really special thing. And a lot of bars they're pulling at the thing. Sorry, I'm knocking all the microphones. Yeah. They're pulling to trying to get customers. But yeah, we do. I think we've done a really good job cultivating that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no bigger compliment than throwing a kid's first birthday party and then them coming back and throwing their 16th or something. They had enough fun. They've really enjoyed your service.
Yeah.
And
well, the Crazy Donkey's closed now. They can't have their 16th birthday party at the Crazy Donkey. So
no, but I'm saying here, if they have
no, I get what you're saying.
Engagement party and then their wedding and then they're growing with you.
Yeah.
I
No, yeah, of course. So I'm Irish, but I talk Italian with my hands and stuff. Yeah, a mess.
It's just coming up a little too high.
Yeah, it's all good.
You're good now.
Yeah.
No, that's a great compliment. That's instead of somebody giving you a tip or saying thank you, them wanting to come back and host their life events with you that's huge.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And then there's some Long Beach traditions you guys have out here. You want to talk about a couple of those?
Yeah, I think that one kind of went a little viral. Our buddy Gavin Enright. Yeah. There's definitely some Long Beach traditions. Shirt pops. Yeah,
shirt
everyone
pops.
talks about the shirt pop.
Yeah.
I will confirm the shirt pop is 100% true.
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. It's a lot of Gavin's crew that does the shirt popping. And let me tell you, it's never, what the funny thing is, it's I got like a beer belly. I'm like I'm not the biggest like gym rat in the world. Like the guys that always shirt pop are always the guys that like you don't want to see without their shirt on.
They got man
like
boobs.
always. Yeah, the guys that are like yoked, like and ripped up and go to the gym all the time, they're keeping like tarps on. It's like what are we doing here? Like it's exact wrong.
So you guys definitely deal with a lot of different customers here, being in like a tourist kind of town, but have a good local crowd.
Right.
What are some customer pet peeves, some classic pet peeves that people do?
Where do I begin? So my schedule now is I work double Monday, double Tuesday, double Wednesday, Thursday till 7, 8 o'clock, and then Friday till 9. And I'm typically off Saturdays and Sundays. I worked yesterday, but I'm typically off most Saturdays and Sundays if we have a big event, whatever. So I open the restaurant a lot of the times. The door's open, the TVs are on, the music is playing, the tables are set, the pizza oven is on, the caddies are on the thing at the bar, and I'm standing there, and someone comes in and goes, "Are you guys open?" No shit, we're open. Look around. Are we open? Open your eyes. Like that drives me nuts.
Right.
Absolutely nuts. Are you open? And then it's tough to see here with the cameras, but we have a big, we have a bunch of TVs, and in the middle of the wall are all of our draft beers.
Oh, yeah.
So what beers do you guys have on tap? Well, remember right there.
Yep.
Right there. Go take a look. Do you want to buy a Val? I'm like Vanna White, like with the with the thing. That annoys me. Just little stuff. It's not like I gotta be honest. Down here we don't really have like a lot of things. You know, that
But
sort
it's
of
those
stuff.
little things that I'm asking about, like those little like, can you charge my phone, or like
Yeah, the phone charging doesn't really bother me. People gotta call Ubers or whatever it is. That doesn't really bother me. When people like come up to the bar from a table to get napkins from like bar naps to bring to because they need napkins, just ask me for napkins. Like I'll go get you the napkins. This is the hospitality business. Yeah, that one is annoying. I will give you my favorite one of all time. Didn't happen here. It happened in Rockville Center. So I became a manager at Parlay in Rockville Center. If anybody's not from the area, that was a big time brunch nightlife spot from I think it was 2013 or 14 until unfortunately COVID casualty in 2020. But I was a manager there, and the third brunch that I managed by myself was Mother's Day.
Oof.
Yeah, so 350 to 400 covers, like it was insane. So I'm going through, we're running through, we're cranking, we're getting through it. Finally, one of my servers comes up to me. I think it was my girl Nicole Prope. Shout out Nicole if you're listening. She comes up to me. She goes, "You got to talk to this woman. This woman's impossible." And of course, Mother's Day brunch, it's always 10 tops of ladies that come from church or whatever it is. And, I go up to her and I say, "Hi, miss, I'm Tom. I'm the manager. Something the matter?" And she goes, "Look at my eggs. They're yellow." I was like, "Excuse me?" She goes, "My eggs are yellow. I asked for them scrambled." And I had to pause to be like, all right, think about what to say. And I said, "Did you want egg whites?" And she says, "Well, yeah, I wanted egg whites." Like Nicole was supposed to be a shaman and know exactly what this woman wanted. So I go back and I say, "Nicole, did she want egg whites?" Like, she didn't say anything about egg whites. So now I got to go back to the kitchen to tell the chef Saul during a 350 cover brunch that we need egg whites on the fly. He was certainly not happy. But I told my mom that story one time. She still laughed. She goes, "The eggs are yellow." Just can't make it up. How
about when a customer comes up to you and asks, "I want something strong, but it doesn't taste strong. I want it to taste sweet."
Yeah, that annoys me.
What do you make?
What do I make?
Or what do you suggest?
Well, I'll start with this. A strong drink most of the time is not a great drink. Everything has to pair well together. If you order steak and potatoes and you get 4 baked potatoes and a small piece of steak, you're going to be pissed off.
Right.
So that's, it's the same thing. If you just get all vodka in your vodka soda, you're not going to enjoy the cocktail. So I will literally just do another shot just to shut them up and just put it on my buyback tab for the night. Like that annoys me because it's people that aren't very educated about what goes on in the business. You got a guy here, TJ, that comes in all the time. And he's the best guy. He gets a Surfside with a raspberry floater in it. So I know exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
So if you want something strong, like a Surfside or something like that, or a vodka soda, ask for a floater of something else in it to get it a little bit stronger. And guess what? We're going to charge you accordingly.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware.
Oh, that's a good suggestion, though. I would honestly, like, I always just make them like, pineapple, cranberry vodka, or like something just like kind of fruity tasting.
Yeah.
But that's a good go-to. Is like Surfside with a floater.
Surfside with a floater.
Nice,
That's it.
easy. Everybody knows what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Shout out TJ Lyons. That's my guy, by the way.
TJ. We love you, TJ.
Yes, we do.
And you said you do like a lot of doubles here, so you do a lot of closing. And just over your bartending career, you've closed the bar a bunch.
Yeah, I've closed the bar a bunch. When I was at Irish Times in Holbrook, they stayed open 4 o'clock in the morning every night of the year.
So you were...
Yeah, so I would bartend there and be until 4.
Because the closing you find, or like a lot of weird, funny stuff that people don't realize happens.
Yeah. Well, but for some reason, and this is something I don't get. So at Irish Times in particular, when you worked a Thursday, it was a great shift. It was a long shift, but it was a great shift. Your shift was kind of in 3 parts. From like 7 to 10, I was 7 to 4. So from 7 to 10, you got dinner crowd. Mm-hmm. From 10 to 2 in the morning, you got nightlife, late night crowd. And then from 2 to 4, you got all the hospitality people that are getting off from Fridays, Applebee's, wherever it was, coming into the restaurant. So with those hospitality people, most of them get the business and they understand it, but they also want to help with closing procedures, which that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Don't move furniture. Yeah. If you need to have an extra table, I will move it for you. Because God forbid, because I've heard, it's happened at places I've worked. Your customer will drop a chair and they'll break a toe or something like that. Now
or they don't know
liability.
Where, your movement, you have a certain aisle.
Right
in the restaurant. If you move your table and you just block me off,
right.
you're blocking off the highway.
Yeah, we got to run food. Yeah, you're blocking off the highway and everything like that. But 4 a.m., they're starting to put chairs up and stuff like that. I'm like, stop. Yeah. You don't work here. I'll do that. That's my job. When I go to your place and you're closing, I'm going to close my tab out, tip generously, and leave. I'm here to enjoy it, but they can't. Some people just can't turn that switch off. It's not coming from a bad place.
Right.
But it's
do too much.
Don't help me. You need help taking the trash out. No, I don't. Don't take the trash out. Yeah, that's always something that kind of annoys me.
That annoys him, not me. All right. Yeah. So if you want to come to my bar and take my trash out and put my chairs up,
go to Sandbar, help wash the dishes.
I'll even buy you a shot to do it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, what's one of the weirdest or most shocking things that you've found?
There have been some bad fights over the years. I remember at Parlay, there was a kid that got sucker punched outside. That was not fun. Huntington, there was some fights and stuff like that. Those are tough, especially when the police have to get involved and everything like that. Yeah, that's never a good thing.
But when you're cleaning up, I'm saying, you're closing up and you find a wedding ring, you find $100, you find a bag of drugs, you find,
Yeah, we do.
What's some of the craziest stuff?
We find money. That's always something that you find.
That's always
you
a good
walk around
thing.
the thing, there's people in the 20s, 30s, all right, well, whatever you say. Yeah.
I remember one guest said she found a guest's diary.
I found birth control before. So in the bathroom, cleaning up. So I go to the bathroom and take a leak. And for the fellas out there, I know, women have the one thing with the sugar pills and stuff like that. No, it was a full thing of birth control that was sitting on the floor, and I was like, that's different.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best place to be for that. Yeah. So
she's going to miss a day or two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that stuff, drugs are very prevalent in this business.
Of course.
I will say this, the best piece of advice I ever got was from a bar owner. He said to me, he said, don't ever do cocaine. Don't ever do it. He said, because knowing your personality, I know you're going to love it.
Yeah.
And he was right. He was right. I've never done it, never touched it. That's something I've never indulged in.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I've been around it and stuff like that. But it was the thing. And he said, you're going to love it. It's going to ruin things for you, but it also ruins you financially. People talk about how expensive it is. So that's something I've never done.
Yeah, good. You especially don't want to do anything you find on the floor.
Right.
At the end of the night, too, when you're cleaning, bathroom disasters.
Oh, yeah, always bathroom disasters everywhere.
What would be one that sticks out in your mind?
Well, we had one a couple of weeks ago. It backed up. So if people don't know, Long Beach, they have a plate that it's not a very deep sewer system, especially being at the beach. You know that Ocean Beach is the same thing.
Yep.
And it backed up in there on a Saturday night. And of course, none of this stuff ever happens
when it's slow.
On a Wednesday in February. It happens on a busy Saturday night. So that happened to us a couple weeks ago. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was at Irish Times in Holbrook, I was bartending on New Year's Eve, and the girls' bathroom backed up on New Year's Eve, like flooding, bad, like it was
Oh,
bubbling up. Oh, it was terrible. So you don't know what goes on with that sort of stuff. So we ended up calling a plumber to snake the drain. Everything got fixed, and I was talking with the owner, John Murphy. John, if you're listening, I love you. I said, John, do we know what it is? And his Irish brogue, he turns to me and he goes, Tom, it could have been any number of things. It could have been towels. It could have been feminine products. Someone could have taken a big shit. We have no way of knowing. But those plumbing disasters happen. Just happened on a Saturday night last week.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it usually is because of it being busy, though. It is usually either feminine products or like a pair of underwear.
Yeah.
That's like tried to flush. And
Bro,
you're like,
and it is always the women's bathroom.
Yeah, it's always the women's.
Always the women's. The
you
women's is
girls
always
need
more
to
of a
pull it
disaster.
together.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, ladies. Come on. Got to get it together. But no, they go in there in groups. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the women's bathroom. I don't plan to know or whatever. What was that show? All That? The girls' room. Yeah, same thing.
All of that, man. That's a good
what a throwback.
Yeah.
Or the Amanda Show, one of the two. Yeah.
Oh, damn. She's a mess now.
Yeah. Oh.
She's probably the one that ruined the bathrooms.
She probably did.
She looks like it.
Yeah.
And going into some rapid fire questions.
Sure, hit me.
Just pick one or the other. We'll do beer or cocktail,
Beer.
pizza or sandwich.
I got to go pizza since we're here at Borrelli's, but the sandwiches are here.
Well,
are
you're
good.
saying your sandwiches here are crazy.
Sandwiches here are mayhem, but I'm
That's
going
why
to
I
go
asked.
pizza.
Summer crowd or winter crowd?
Winter crowd. But I love the summer crowd. But the winter crowd, they're family. Everyone's
Yeah,
local here.
all
Yeah.
locals. Bar seat or a table?
Bar seat. Every time. 10 out of 10. Here's another thing that's a pet peeve of mine. People who sit on the same side of the table, like couples.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy. I found out my buddy Mike, one of my best friends from high school, I'm meeting him in the city. He's got a new girlfriend. I'm meeting him at an Irish pub in the city. I walk in. They're sitting at the table on the same side. I'm like,
No.
You're a same side sitter? I never knew this about the
Yeah.
guy. But yeah, that's it. But bar seat, 10 out of 10.
That affects your friendship.
Yeah. You know what the best place to eat at the bar is? A steakhouse. Seating at a steakhouse at a bar,
Yeah.
at the bar is chef's kiss. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I feel like you get almost better service when
You get better service, but it's almost unique. I will say this with a big group, definitely a table. If you got 4 more people with you, like
Of course.
yeah, you got it.
You don't wanna be yelling down the bar at
And
a
there's some
steakhouse.
great servers, especially in this town, really good servers. But I'm bar seat. I'm team bar seat. Yeah.
You ever heard George Martin?
Yeah, of course.
We just did that last week.
Oh, you did?
That's coming out next week. That's gonna be
nice.
the one right before yours.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
But yeah, he was a bartender there, and like he said, like sitting at the bar at a steakhouse is a great.
is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get to see the cocktail get made in front of you and everything like that.
Right.
That's something that we love. Yeah.
No, he definitely agrees
Yeah.
with you over there. Open tab or close every round?
Open tab. And pay with card, tip in cash, or pay the whole thing in cash. Cash is king, everybody. Go
Yep.
get some cash.
Cash is still king.
Yes.
Loud regular or a quiet regular?
I don't mind a loud regular if it's like a fun night, but like a quiet regular is usually better.
Yeah,
if I had
easier
to
to deal
sway, I'm like 60-40 on that. I would say quiet regular.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm a pretty gregarious guy and I like chatting with people, so that's usually where I go. Yeah.
Right. West End or the rest of Long Beach?
West End.
West End.
West End. Yeah, I love everybody here in the West End from New York all the way to Nevada.
Yep.
Yep.
Draft beer or bottled beer?
Draft beer. Although
You would think at the tap house.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
we have a tap
room,
house. I
I'm
love
sorry.
a really crisp draft beer. Although, you know what my go-to is, especially when I go to Lily's? My good friend Jenna Carey. Love you, Jenna. Miller High Life bottles
Yeah.
are gas. I love a Miller High Life bottle.
They go down too easy.
Way too easy, bro.
Boom, 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 boom.
Way too easy. Yeah, the heartburn is real.
IPA or light beer?
IPA. Yeah, I'm not a big light beer guy. Really haven't been. I know it's High Life is maybe technically a lighter, but I prefer an IPA.
Yeah.
You know, when we have like a lot of great ones, like I was mentioning South Shore, Barrier, Bright Eye, like they make some great local stuff.
Margarita or espresso martini?
Margarita. I'm not an espresso martini fan, although I make a damn good one if you want
Yeah.
to have it. Yeah. But I'm just not. Yeah, I think it's espresso martini. I think is it kind of reaching its apex a little bit. I think there's more interesting dessert drinks that I think you can make.
Yeah.
And I think a lot. You know, you mentioned the TikTok bartender thing, and that kind of annoys me too. But I do like seeing some of the takes and riffs on it that I think are a little bit more interesting and a little bit more like a tequila espresso martini. My friend Ashley always used to get that when she came in and lived down here. Yeah, but I would go margarita all the time. But it's got to be fresh juices. Fresh
Yep.
juices and really good either like Cointreau or like a triple. Make sure it's a really good margarita.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not a snob. I'll take a frozen one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not against the TikTok drinks because I love like exploring and finding something new, like
Yeah.
unexpected. I'm against the fact that people expect you to know all of them.
Yeah, that's
I can't stay with
that's
that.
the point. Yeah, that annoys me too. I think but also, so there's a really good video series online. If anybody wants to learn how to make cocktails, I always tell them to watch this. It was made by a guy named Tom Macy. Tom Macy used to be the head bartender at the Clover Club in Brooklyn, and he made a series about 10 to 12 years ago, just how to make classic cocktails, how to make martinis, Manhattan, a margarita, all that's, a Negroni, all that sort of stuff, how to make it just right, not like not pretentious, very approachable. You could find it on YouTube. I always tell people if you want to learn how to make cocktails at home, that's what you do. Don't go to TikTok or any of the stuff. It's right on YouTube. You can do that there. Yeah.
You guys have garlic knots here?
We do not have garlic knots. We have garlic bread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garlic bread or wings?
Wings. Bone in, folks.
Bone in.
Bone in wings, the way that they have them in Buffalo, New York, with blue cheese. No ranch. We're not in the Midwest. We're here on the coast. Blue cheese. I hate going into the kitchen and saying to our chefs in Spanish, ranchero, poquito ranchero. I'm done with that. Blue cheese on your wings.
I'm a blue cheese guy, but you're going to hate me because I don't like bone in.
You don't like bone in?
I get skeeved out. Like, I'm the worst with it. I'll just take off like the chunks of meat and I'll leave so much on there. Real wing eaters hate me. Like, they don't want to share wings with me.
We
Like,
offer both here. We offer boneless, but I am a bone-in wing guy. Yeah.
Well, that most real wing eaters are bone-in.
Also, something that kitchens don't
I'm eating
like.
mini chicken tenders.
The just flats thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's
not going through picking
but
those
also,
out.
what's annoying about it is if it's just flats, you're just flats, and we have a bunch of customers that order them. At some point, we're only going to be left with drums, so everyone else is going to be left out of the thing. Like, yeah, but we do. For all the sports recently, we've been doing dollar wings.
Okay.
And that's something that we've been doing that's been really popular. And our wings here are very good. They're grilled, flash fried. We have really good sauces, so I like the wings here.
Locals or visitors?
Locals. Not to say that I dislike the visitors. We got a lot of really good people that come from out of town.
Yeah.
The Ryder Cup was cool, especially when that was
Ryder Cup
happening.
was a lot, yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of people from out of town that had Airbnbs in the area. I know a lot of people are going to probably get Airbnbs for the World Cup and stuff like that that's coming up. And all those people were great and they were generous, but locals all the way. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then one word to describe Long Beach customers.
Intense.
Intense.
Yeah, they can be intense. Like they demand kind of a certain level of service and kind of I would say that they can be intense.
Yeah.
But very fiercely loyal to all their places, and they love their bartenders and they love their service people in this town. And we have a really good city council here that notices that and recognizes that and supports the businesses and everything like that. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And indoor or outdoor seating?
Indoor seating. I don't like sitting outside to eat. I don't, just personally. I just think, unless I'm sitting like on a body of water or like not around roads, then like just sit me inside in like an air conditioned environment. I don't like outdoor seating at all.
Yeah.
And all my buddies, that's another thing. My buddy Grant, like, yo, you always went to the table outside? Like, no, dude, like I want to sit in like the air conditioning, like, please. Yeah, that's what I prefer.
Yeah. No, it's great that there's no real right answer. It's like all opinionated questions because, like, I love outdoor seating.
Yeah.
I like bones without bone, wings without bone.
Yeah.
But we're still best friends.
We're still besties. Here we go. That's right.
And then a love it or hate it section. So you just answer with love it or hate it.
Sure.
Smacking the car on the bar. Smacking the card on the bar.
Hate it. Don't hold your money out. Don't hold your card out. Just wait. Wait your turn.
Yep.
Yep.
Splitting checks at the end.
Don't hate it, if only for the reason that a lot of POS systems now make that very easy.
Okay.
Like this one we have right here, Quick POS, like they make it very easy. Toast makes it easy. Union makes it easy. Like all the, people like, that's another thing. And Pookie, mentioned this. Don't be lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like bartenders, service people, don't complain. Like a lot of the technology now has made it pretty easy for us to do this. Yeah, I don't. That's something I don't get.
Guests acting like DJs that want to be DJs. Like
I
control
hate
the
that.
music.
I hate that. Yeah. Well, it's different. We don't have like a touch tunes or an AMI system here. but they're like, yo, let me get the iPad. Like, no, like you don't work here. Like I'm setting the vibe here.
Yeah.
Like, that's something what we're doing. And the DJs that we have coming in here from, you know, my guy TM Select, Frankie Sims, Taj, you know, all those guys that come here, Lavish Life. Like we've got some really good talented DJs that play here late at night. Like let them do their thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
People trying to stay after close.
I'm opening more these days in my advanced age of 34. That would be a better question for my guy Daryl.
Okay.
But I never really minded it if they were a friend of mine, because they would also know the deal, like stay out of our way while we're trying to close. I will say this: once they start doing the money, get out of the building. That's actually a rule that we have here. Like once like
think
they
most
sit
bars,
down,
yeah.
once we start counting the money, you know, counting the banks out, doing the tips, the only people that should be in here are the bartenders that worked and the bar back. That's it.
And
Like, that's something, yeah.
Honestly,
And don't get offended when we tell you to leave. Like we're done.
I'm
we're
actually
closed.
like almost offended if you don't, because if I don't work at a bar and I'm there when they're starting to do money,
Yeah.
I want to take myself out of the equation, because if something is off, I don't even want to be.
You don't want to be seen on
somebody
the camera. Yeah, none of that.
or
Yeah.
just somebody like they could
The
even
owner's
think
gonna look
about.
like, who's this joker that's
right.
like right there? Yeah.
Hey, well, you know, Mark
guy-
was here earlier. You know,
Who's this guy with the patchy beard? That's
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's what
right.
they comment. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. People bringing their kids and letting them run wild.
Hate it. And I don't, it's not the kids, it's the parents.
Yeah.
Because kids are kids. They want to run around. They want to be, you know, the guys, boys especially, they want to roughhouse. Like, that's how they are. But yeah, just the parents sitting there, like oblivious to their kids running around the restaurant, that just drives me nuts. And there was actually a story about a bar in London that's adults only now. There's no kids. And they interviewed the owner. He said, I have 2 young kids myself. He said, but this is a pub. There's alcohol involved. Like you have to learn how to supervise. Like, when did it be okay to just let your kids run around the restaurant and just not care?
It's
not the
crazy.
kids' fault. It's the kids, you know, like if they were at a park or something like that, they do just
Right.
the
No,
same
kids
thing.
are being kids.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely on the parents for sure.
Yeah.
How about people that ask like, "What's good here?" or they ask for a suggestion and you give it to them, and then they just ignore it and order something else.
It doesn't bother me. Yeah, they're looking. They're trying to piece together what they want. I mean, we're bar people. We know it. If I go down the street to Lily's, Miller High Life is going on the bar. Like, they know what I want. But, you know, I might go to different places and try different things. You know.
Ordering a water and never touching it.
Yeah, that's annoying to me because, especially we don't like. You know, you remember Seinfeld? You watch Seinfeld?
Yeah.
It's the shower heads, low flow. That's our soda guns here. They're a little low flow in the water. So
Right.
it takes a while to fill up the 16-ounce cup of water, and then they don't touch it. I'm sitting there, I'm seeing the ice melt. I'm like, come on, man. Like,
I'm happy to get you the water, but at least use it.
also, yeah, like drink water. That's another thing that always kind of weirds me out. People are like, oh, he's ordering a water. Like, what a pussy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, have like 3 or 4 beers and have a water. At the end of the night, you're going to feel better in the morning. Like, that doesn't bother me at all. And if anything, they're going to drink more because they're a little bit more hydrated.
People that always say to me that, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get a water?" Don't be sorry. You having this water is going to let you last another 2 or 3 hours. That's putting money in the register, putting money in my pocket.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. I'll tell you what's going to be dangerous. These Gatorade drinks. Have you seen these yet?
but there's no electrolytes in them.
So there are electrolytes in them, but I don't think they could say it on the can. Yeah, but those things are going to be dangerous this summer. Are you guys got them out there yet or no?
Yeah, well, I don't know about out there because they came out this winter. We
Right.
haven't opened up.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will because they are the hottest thing. The spiked aid,
Right,
you're
the
saying?
spiked aids, yeah, and then Stateside has come up with their own one as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not a Gatorade. I don't like the flavor of Gatorades. I'm like, if I need to hydrate, I'm like coconut water.
Yeah, okay.
Like I like that kind of stuff. I'm all about like electrolytes, but
Yeah, my homegirl Emma's a big coconut. She'll tell me I gotta get coconut water. I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever you say, yeah.
it's hydrating and it doesn't have like that sugary, I don't know, electric blue or
Yeah.
I'm not into those, but I'm the minority with
Yeah.
that because everybody I know right now is like
Yeah.
these Gatorade drinks. We got it,
Listen, they're on the rise.
They're blowing
They're gonna be all
up,
the thing
yeah.
this summer, yeah. But yeah, I don't mind people.
That'll be the
ordering
drink of the summer.
I don't mind
sure.
people ordering a water, but drink it.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yep.
Just pull the mic down. Kind of, yeah.
He wants to show the money maker.
Oh yeah, moneymaker. Yeah. My John Holmes stash. Yeah. Got it. Yep. Check 1 2. Check.
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 It's just the chairs, like it's just going down.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it.
I get it. All right.
Guests who ask, can you make it stronger?
Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, and again, we talked about it earlier. It's just you got to pour an extra count, and they'll be happy. But it's just like, yeah, you want like a well-made drink.
Right.
That's what you want when you go to a bar.
Long Beach locals acting like they own the place.
That doesn't really happen here. Maybe there's other places where that happens, but I don't really feel that here.
They're usually respectful.
They're usually pretty respectful. I like all the Long Beach regulars, truthfully.
Yeah.
I don't really, there's some I like more than others, but yeah, I mean, the guys that we mentioned before that do the Bike in the Dream podcast, Mike and Jack, they're incredible guys. They were born and raised in this town. My buddy Will, born and raised in this town. You know, Gavin, born and raised here. Like, they're great guys, and I you know, they don't come in with an air of superiority really to me.
Right.
It doesn't really come across that way. They're confident, cocky sometimes, but that's all of us in this business.
That comes with the...
Yeah.
How about a regular, like, what's like the most predictable regular you have? Like a drink that you know somebody's coming in.
I mean, everyone's getting Surfsides these days. It's crazy how
all
those
the
things
like
have
all
blown
the
up.
regulars in Long Beach are drinking Surfsides too.
Yeah, a lot of our regulars are.
Okay.
We have a lot of regulars who are drinking Peroni, Guinness, the spiked drinks, the spiked Gatorade drinks are starting to get really popular. And then as the summer comes along, you know, more Corona.
Yep.
Yeah, more Michelob Ultra, things like that.
Okay.
A lot of Aperol spritzes too. So one of the best things that we have here, we actually have Prosecco on tap. So we do Aperol spritzes with that. Those are always really popular for the girls. Hugo spritzes too. Those are all big things that we do. So those are all kind of the big drinks that go over the bar here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the spritzes. That takes me by surprise. I wouldn't have thought that would be like...
Yeah, dude, it's a lifesaver. You're not sitting there open. Because I remember when I was working at Parlay, like I said, 300 cover brunches. You're opening up the Wyclef champagne like all day long. Like,
right.
For that, it's just very easy. Just boom.
Nice on tap.
Nice on tap. Easy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And getting into some fun stories. What's one customer you'll never forget?
Oh God. Well, one was a gentleman that when I was working at Irish Times, who passed away. His name is Bobby Fagan. Bobby was a retired U.S. Marshal and just an all-time guy. Like, everybody loved this guy. He was like me. He had a mustache, you know, tough Irish dude, but like everyone respected him. He passed away a couple of years ago, and he always used to drink Finlandia and soda. So you've been to funerals for bar regulars and stuff like that. You know, they always put like, you know, picture of the person with a candle and like the drink that they used to have. So you used to do a single of Finlandia and soda. So the day that he passed away, I'll never forget, it was 2019. It was Masters Sunday. So I come into the bar, and that was the Masters that Tiger was starting to make his run, and he ended up winning. So I came in that day, and one of the guys, Dennis, turns to me, he goes, yeah, Bobby passed away. And I was like, oh my God, terrible. So we all took a shot of Finlandia. Bobby's on it, we take it, and we're all like, oh God, like, what is this? Like, like, it's the same thing when my uncle passed away. Like, he loved Chivas Regal. So we all took like a thing of Chivas.
Yeah.
We took a sip, and we're like, oh God, no wonder he's dead. Like, like, but he's a guy that I always remember from out there. Really great person. Yeah, we had a lot of really great regulars, nightlife regulars at Parlay that were awesome. You know, we got some really good regulars here. But Bobby's the one that really just comes to mind from back then.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. He's a good man. Rest in peace, Bobby. Hope you miss you.
Yeah, rest in peace. One thing that people always get wrong here, they come in and...
That Long Beach is not approachable. I think just the town itself is not approachable. Like, I think it's very approachable. I think we're pretty welcoming. I like to think that we are.
I feel extremely welcome.
Yeah, I'm glad you do.
The podcast
Yeah. But no, I think we're welcoming. I think also people, you know, expect, like, we have a lot of customers that come in and they're expecting like Frankie Borrelli to be here and stuff like that. And Frankie, shout out to you, man. We love you. But like, Frankie's got a kid and like a full-time job. Like,
yeah.
he's got stuff. He's got things to do and stuff like that. So
he's not a mascot.
He's not. He's a real person who's like a great guy and like works hard at Barstool Sports. And he's got a wife and a kid. Like, can't be here 24. You know, like I am 28. 28/7 or whatever it is. Yeah.
25/8.
25/8. Yeah, that's what they say, right? 25/8. Still early. My coffee's wearing off.
What makes Borrelli's Tap Room different from the rest of Long Beach?
I think our comedy shows, our live programming is really good. So I want to give a shout out also to our live musicians that we have here. We have a really great roster of live musicians. Anthony Galanudis, Sean Jacoby, Loeffler, all those guys are just Eddie Burbis, who was here yesterday. Derek Adam, Lauren Craig, just all of the live. Evan Kariga, who's great. Paul Cuthbert, who's great. Dennis Kelly, who's great. Like, I know I'm missing a couple of names, but they're all awesome people. They all bring a great crowd to the restaurant, and they make this place bumping. Like, there's been nights here where we've had country music. People are singing and dancing, standing on chairs. Like, that's also, like, I just love that. It's just like, it just creates such a great atmosphere. And I know Mike, when he was down here, he was doing inventory and stuff, but he was talking about our Country Fest. We have a Country Fest coming up May 15th through the 17th. My man Anthony Gall is running it. We've got a bunch of artists from Nashville that are going to be coming here, couch surfing throughout the weekend and stuff. But it's going to be a full-on like country music festival here throughout the weekend. We're going to have a tent outside, the whole 9 yards.
And that's
it's going to be
May 15th, you said?
May 15th through the 17th, so Friday to Sunday. Yeah.
So check that out. Make sure
that.
to get your tickets.
Yeah, well, it's not a ticketed event. I mean, we'll charge a cover at the door and stuff like that.
Okay,
but just come down and get a drink. Yeah, it's gonna be a great weekend of a bunch of really talented live country artists. Yeah, men and women.
And country's hot right now.
Red hot, man.
Yeah.
Country music really helped boost this place to save this place for sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And back into the customers real quick.
Yeah.
What is one drink that a customer comes in and orders that's a red flag? This guy's gonna be trouble.
Anytime someone comes in and orders a Long Island iced tea, I think that's, you kind of know
that's the answer we get from 90%.
Yeah, and the problem with Long Island iced teas is it's a bad drink, but people, like, bartenders naturally overpour it because there's if you count the triple sec, 5 different liquors in there. Like, it's big time. And then the Coke, and then that goes on top of it. Yeah, that's one. You're going to take a tumble. And I used to crush Long Island iced teas in college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was my drink. My Long Island iced tea days are over. They're done.
You find out the hangovers are terrible.
Oh, dude, they're getting worse and worse. The heartburn. You're how old?
38.
38.
Oh,
I'm 34, bro. The heartburn. Ooh. You gotta have Nexium on lock. Yeah.
I took some Tums this morning before even coming here.
Yeah. But also the espresso martinis can get a little dangerous too, because people order 3-4 of those. They don't realize how much alcohol is in them.
Yep.
Plus, you're adding the espresso element on top of it.
I was going to say.
And the surf sides. People forget the surf sides. They have real tea in there. Tea has caffeine. Like, that's what's keeping you up.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah. That's what the deal is there. So.
That's a great point. I never even thought.
Yeah, like I never even thought about it too until my guy Brendan, who works for shout out Brendan Hickey, who works for Stateside. He says, "Yeah, we had to lower the caffeine in it." I'm like, "Caffeine?" He goes, "Yeah, dude, there's tea in there." I was like, "Duh."
And you
like,
just slam those things.
Yeah, exactly.
No wonder. And they do make you feel a little bit better when you have a hangover. If I go chug a Surfside or two,
yeah,
I guess the caffeine in it.
Yeah, it kind of wakes you up a little bit.
Yeah.
I still go get my coffee every morning from Dough Hut down the street. Shout out to my guy Tim, owns Dough Hut. That's where I get the coffee every morning.
And then kind of wrapping everything up.
Yeah.
I guess when you asked me, I was going to say when I asked you to be on this podcast, but when you posted on your story, I want to be on this. What's like the big Bartender Bangers story you wanted to tell?
I mean, there's a bunch.
Or you can tell a couple. You don't need to pick just one.
There's a bunch that happened over the years. They all kind of blend together. I think the big one, the big one for me, it's actually something that didn't happen to me, but I just think it's so funny. One of the guys I know that used to be a bouncer at Gossip in Melville. I think everybody knows Gossip.
We've done Gossip.
Have you done Gossip?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to Jez. Love you, girl.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got to go back and look. I must have missed that one there.
That was like episode 7 or 8.
Yeah. But apparently a guy left. He was wearing all black suit, black shirt, the whole thing. And the guy who was a bouncer there was telling me the story. And he says the guy went to his car. He was in the car for like 5 to 10 minutes. And he comes out of the car wearing all black, covered in cocaine, like all over his thing. And the bouncer goes, "Yo, you can't come back in here looking like that. You got to go home." He says, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, you're covered in cocaine." And the guy turns to him and goes, No, I was eating Zeppelis."
Yeah.
Can't make that up. Zeppelis. That's unbelievable.
Wrong kind of sugar.
The wrong kind of, the different kind of sugar. Yeah. But there's been a bunch that have happened over the years and stuff like that. It's all the typical stuff. I mean, helping people get out of the bathroom, get home safe.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff.
But any specific stories that pop out to you? Like I said, you could tell a couple of them. You don't need to pick one.
There's a lot of crazy stuff. I'll give you this one. I was working at Parlay Thanksgiving Eve. And I mentioned before, I'm not from here. So the bar was closed Thanksgiving. So I was going to go home to Pennsylvania to be with my family for Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving Eve. So we're rocking for Thanksgiving Eve. It gets busy. There's a fight that breaks out. As happens on Thanksgiving Eve.
Yep.
It's kind of like an amateur night.
Right.
A fight
Everybody's
breaks
home
out
from college.
and the kid, I guess, when he went back to punch and I was trying to break the thing up with the bouncers, the kid comes back and hits me with an elbow right to the eye, and I get a black eye.
Oof.
So, I was like, yeah, pissed. I got to go home and explain to my parents, like, what happens. Like, kid punched me. I got a black eye trying to break up a fight. So I'm, like, holding an ice pack here, trying to count the money at the end of the night. And one of our bartenders, she's like, I'm a pale guy. She gives me, like, her concealer. She goes, put this on. So I was a theater kid in high school. I was like, all right, I know how to do this. I ended up putting concealer on. My parents didn't know. It covered up my black eye all Thanksgiving with concealer on my face. So that was.
And they never asked you, like, they didn't notice.
You know what? They may have. I don't think my mom
Yeah.
was just happy to see me home for Thanksgiving. So that was pretty much it. Yeah, that was one that was pretty interesting. And then, there's been a bunch, walking in on people like in bathrooms and stuff like that.
What, like
doing
couples,
the deed.
yeah.
Couples and stuff like that. That's always been kind of stuff that's kind of interesting. Walking out to cars and seeing people hook up in cars and everything. Like, back in the Hofstra Bar days. I mean, there's been a bunch seeing like, going to Alive After 5 and seeing fights and like Farmingdale Patchogue and stuff like that. It always ends like kind of crazy and everything. But the great thing about this business is it's never a dull moment, right?
Definitely not.
The great thing here about Borrelli's is that we really don't have that many fights. We don't have that much of that stuff going on. We got a lot of drunks and stuff like that we have to throw out. Everything kind of gets handled on its own.
Yep.
But that's always some stuff that kind of happens. But yeah, the concealer story was one that always happens to me. There's also, people break bottles over people's heads and stuff. Like, and you got to.
I've never
hold
actually
them.
seen that happen.
I saw it happen.
I've heard
once.
it, like movies.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, that happened at the Hofstra Bars one time. Kid did that. It's like, come on, dude. Like, what's crazy? Like,
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It is like, but you're right. It is like the movies and stuff like that. I remember when Bridgeview was open years ago, and they had that. What was it? They had the Warehouse 5. Some of the fights you'd see there, like spill into the parking lot. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy what would happen there. Yeah. Like, it was just different world.
You have any like go-to on how to like stop a fight? Like you see some tensions building between people at the bar.
Yeah. Just separate them physically. I
Yeah.
think it's like, yo, man, you go over there, you go over here. Get you guys a drink, water, relax.
Yeah.
You got to kind of, like, people think about, like, bouncers and stuff like that. The best bouncers aren't the ones that break up fights. The best bouncers are the ones that stop fights from happening in the first place.
That's what I was
And just get stuff, and like kind of do that sort of stuff. But just kind of recognize it before it happens. Sometimes when I'm managing, like last night's a good example. I'm walking around, I'm grabbing bottles, I'm grabbing things, I'm throwing stuff away, helping to clean the restaurant. And sometimes like I'll miss an interaction that happens at the bar.
Right.
But like, yeah, if you bartender, like these two guys, like they got to get separated, like you'll separate them. Or like, this guy has got to go, like he's high or whatever the case may be. Like bringing that to my attention, and then I got to be the one to kind of take care of it. So that's usually what happens there.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing. You just got to kind of get between them. Guys, separate. Let's go. You go to the other side of the bar. I'll go to this side of the bar. Whatever the case may be.
I always try to, like, if it's two guys, I try to throw something funny in there. I'm like, yo, did you guys come to the bar to fight other guys or to try to dance and get girls?
Yeah, that's
right? Dance and get girls. You're not doing it like this.
The problem is that mostly of the time it's over a girl. That's like stuff. Well, like that.
Yeah.
That's the other worst part. When it's over a girl,
yeah.
So you got to kind of deal with that sort of stuff. But like, yeah, just getting between them and just kind of separating it. And like, but if a fight does happen, it's kind of all hands on deck. Everyone's got to get them out of the building as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And then you got to figure out, like, also people, we see it all the time, but people, like, it might be their one night out a month,
right,
where they're able to get out because of their job or whatever the case may be. And they don't see that all the time, and it's jarring to them. So we got to kind of put ourselves in their shoes to kind of make them feel comfortable. Like, hey, guys, sorry about that. That guy was an asshole. Like, let's get you a drink. Like, put the people at ease. Let's turn the music
It's intimidating,
up.
for some, like you're saying, people that aren't around it all the time.
Right, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Like seeing that sort of stuff happen. Yeah, yeah. But, that would be kind of what I would do. With fights and stuff. Yeah.
And any other stories you want to give us before we wrap this thing up? Anything else?
Yeah, I'll give you one. When we had comedy night, we had Whitney Cummings here, who was unbelievable. So she performed here on a Thursday and a Friday. She had one show on a Thursday, one show on a Friday. And it was when she was pregnant. So we had her stay at the Allegria Hotel, which is in the middle of the town. And she came and did the shows and everything like that. So we're walking up to the stage. And since this day, we've been blacking out the windows. We put like black like tablecloths on the windows and everything like that to like, so no one can see in while the show is going on.
Yep.
So we're walking across, and there's a guy that lives here in the West End of Long Beach. Everybody's gonna know who this guy is. It's Billy Wheels. Billy lives, I think, on Arizona. He's confined to a wheelchair, but he always goes up and down the town, and always saying hi to the bartenders and everything like that. But everyone calls him Billy Wheels. So Whitney's coming up. This person's finishing their set. Billy's going by. I said, "Hey, Billy." She goes, "Hey." Billy's, "Hey, Tom, how are you?" Like, keeps going by. Whitney Cummings looks at me and she goes, "Who the hell was that?" I go, "That's Billy Wheels." She goes, "You guys call him Billy Wheels?" I said, "Yeah, we do." So she goes inside, gets a huge ovation from the crowd and everything like that. She goes, "Everything, thank you, Long Beach." Like, yeah, he's like, "Anybody from here?" And she gets a big ovation. Yeah. Like, well, guess what? I just met Billy Wheels. Everyone went, "Yeah!"
Crazy.
So she's performing her set and everything like that. And then like about 20 minutes in, Billy comes back down the sidewalk. And everyone's like, look. And she goes, "There he is, Billy Wheels." So it was kind of Whitney Cummings' welcome to the Long Beach moment.
Yeah.
But that was one that was very funny to me. And I'm like, oh my God, like what goes on in this town? It's unbelievable.
Shout out Billy Wheels.
Shout out Billy Wheels.
I got to
man.
meet him.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's fun. Yeah. Now I want to kind of, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one that kind of sticks out in my mind recently.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the comedians are all great, really, by the way. But real quick, I'll tell you the story how we got Matt Rife here. So it was July 4th. The place was packed. We were all busy. And then the day after July 4th, we were going to close just to kind of give everyone the breathing room and everything like that.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, one of our partners gives us a call. He goes, "Matt Rife is coming here to do 2 shows tomorrow." And I'm like, "How did you pull this?"
Yeah.
So apparently one of our other partners, Corey, shout out Corey, was out in Montauk at Bounce out in Montauk.
Yep.
At a table, and next to him was Matt Rife and his, I think, then girlfriend. So they get start to talking and everything like that. Corey just tells him, he goes, "Yo, man, I'm in a bar. Like, I have buddies that own a bar in Long Beach. Like, you want to come do 2 comedy shows there before you? This is like the day before he goes on his world tour." He's like, "Yeah, I'll come down." So we put it online that Matt Rife is going to be here tomorrow, like one night only. The show, no joke, sells out in 10 minutes on Eventbrite.
Sure.
Both shows.
Yeah.
Place is packed to the gills with people. And we're waiting for him to show up. Finally, like, you know, the Dapper Driver van comes up. Matt gets out of the thing, shakes Mike's hand, sees me, and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? I'm Tommy, I'm one of the managers here. Gives me like this big bear hug. "What's up, dude?" Everything like that. And like we walk him into the room. And yeah, he sold out 2 shows, but like we just happened to be like one of our boys just happened to be at Bounce and was like, "Yeah, man, you want to get this done?" So we ended up doing that. But that was kind of an interesting day. You know, the day after July 4th is usually a tough one.
For sure.
Yeah, especially if it's during the week or whatever the case may be. But yeah, he
You
was.
find out you get Matt Rife. You're all of a sudden your energy's back though.
I remember I walked outside. Quinn's walking out from the Ugly Duckling, which used to be across the street. He goes, I go, "It's a whole new ball game." He goes, "Let's get on the computer."
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw him in the city, like at a huge place. I
Yeah.
forget what, like.
Yeah, super nice guy. Super nice guy. Matt's the man. We have all the comedians here have been great. There's been a couple that have a little off.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And you said it's Monday or Tuesdays?
Usually
whenever-
Monday or Tuesday, just because of the
Okay.
Wednesdays too. Those are usually the slower days that we have the comedy shows and stuff like that. And they're all the comedians really have been really great. A lot of them are really nice people.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so comedy nights, whenever they are, usually Monday or Tuesday, make sure to
Yeah.
get down here and check them
They
out.
sell, tickets are on eventbrite.com. You can access them through the Borrelli's Tap Room website. They sell out quickly. Colin Quinn we have coming up in a couple of weeks. There's still tickets available for his show. He only does 1 show. So make sure you get to that. Then we got a lot more that are going to be coming up down the pike. We're probably going to announce them this week. So
Keep your eyes peeled. Follow on Instagram.
yeah, Borrelli's Long Beach.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
feel free to throw me a follow, Real Tommy Pro. And if you're not following Bartender Bangers yet, you should be following Bartender
Then
Bangers.
you're an idiot.
Yeah. So
Dude, thank you so much for being here. You
Thank you,
got
my man.
so much fun insight.
Yeah.
I love it. This is a great episode.
yeah, man, I appreciate it. Appreciate what you're doing for our little, town here, and then for everybody in on Long Island, all the people that are in Queens, whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. Love to tell stories. Love to talk about our industry. It's good to get a kind of a peek behind the curtain. So
For
appreciate
sure.
you. Yeah.
Definitely, man. Thank you again. You're the man. Make sure to get down here, visit Tommy.
Yep.
Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of Bartender Bangers. Big shout out to Borrelli's for letting us film here. Bigger shout out to Tommy for being the dopest guest.
Thank you.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe on YouTube. Listen anywhere you get your podcasts. If you're a bartender that wants to be on this podcast, shoot us a DM. We'd love to hear your war stories. Make sure to keep your weekends banging and not boring, and I'll catch you next week. Peace.